Hey guys, as you know, last week I did a video on my top 15 competitor stage 1 predictions, and this week I'm going to go over which ones I got right and which ones I got wrong. So for the males, I got 9 out of 10 predicted correctly. Females, 4.5 out of 5 predicted correctly. And I'm about to go over why I said 4.5 later. Starting off with Lance Pekus, I predicted him going to stage 2, and like I said, if there was an obstacle that could have taken him out, could have been the domino pipes, maybe the jumping spider because of the jeans. But other than that, I predicted him going on to stage 2, and that's exactly what he did last week. You can see right here in this picture, beats Joe Moravsky's time. He had the fastest time of the night on week 1. Pretty good for him as he moved on to stage 2. A little bit of awkward silence. Alright, Drew Drechsel, of course, I predicted him going to stage 2. Nothing took him out. He actually had the fastest time in both nights. He took the fastest time on stage 1. It's incredible. We saw week 2 of the national finals. He just blew out the course, and his reason for doing that, he had to keep up with his song before it ended. But the obstacle that I predicted that could have taken Drew out, not that it will, that could have taken Drew out, was the domino pipes. But like I said, I predicted him going on to stage 2, and that's exactly what happened. So Drew Drechsel currently has a perfect stage 1 record in Las Vegas, of course. Up next, Travis Rosen. This is where I got my one incorrect prediction. I predicted Travis is going to end up stumbling on parkour run, but actually he proved me wrong, and the veteran came back and showed us that he would move on to stage 2. Up next, Daniel Gill. I predicted him to move on. Like I said, if there was something that could have taken Daniel Gill out, it would have been the domino pipes. And despite the fact that his hair could get up in his face, but I predicted Daniel Gill moving on to stage 2. Daniel Gill also had one of the top times on stage 1. He competed in week 2 of the national finals, and he beat Lance Pekus' time, which was the top time during night 1 of the Vegas finals. So Daniel Gill showing 3 stage 1 clears in a row. And up next we have Flip Rodriguez. Unfortunately, his run was fast forwarded, as well as Travis Rosen's run was also fast forwarded. Him and Flip had their runs fast forwarded, but like I said, Flip Rodriguez, I predicted him moving on to stage 2 once again. He's been so strong, so fast, and he does exactly that. Up next, Jamie Rahn. His run was also fast forwarded as well. It's pretty upsetting to see these veterans have their runs fast forwarded, but oh well, NBC does what they want to do, I guess. Like I said, Jamie Rahn, not necessarily the fastest guy out there, but I knew he'd complete stage 1. He did just that, and we'll be seeing him on stage 2 next week. And next, Kevin Bull. His run was also fast forwarded. So some pretty exciting runs that had to been fast forwarded. Was pretty upsetting. But Kevin Bull had a pretty decent time. Like I said, if something were going to take him out, it would be the domino pipes. But like I said, he was going to move on to stage 2, and that's exactly what he did in week 1 of the national finals. Up next, Brent Stephenson. I accidentally spelled his name wrong in the first video last week. But anyway, like I said, Brent Stephenson, I said this is going to be an on year for him, and he was going to make it to stage 2. That's exactly what happened. So these predictions looking pretty good so far. And Brent Stephenson looking like he's hanging loose. And up next, we have Brian Arnold. Brian Arnold, his run was also fast forwarded, but it's alright because my prediction for Brian Arnold, he had his 6th stage 1 finish in a row, and it happened on week 2 of the national finals. Brian Arnold completed stage 1 with a pretty decent time. Like I said, he's a pretty speedy guy. He did what he needed to. He'll be moving on to stage 2, just like I predicted. Up next, Joe Moravsky. He had one of the top times on stage 1. He got beat out by Lance Pekus in the final run of the night during week 1 of the national finals. But, like I predicted, Joe Moravsky moving on to stage 2. And what I said was if there was an obstacle that could take him out, it would have been the domino pipes, but it didn't take him out. And now, up next, we have another picture of Joe. Haha. By the way, now that we have some of this extra time, NBC kind of spoiled what we're going to see next week on stage 2 and 3. Just in case if you guys didn't see the commercial. A little spoiler alert, Najee Richardson makes it to stage 3. And we see Joe Moravsky and Jamie Rahn on the giant wingnuts. But anyway, Kacy Catanzaro, our first female competitor that we're talking about now. I was correct about this. In fact, I was correct about the obstacle that took her out as well. It was the double dipper. And the fact that I got this entirely correct was pretty surprising. But hey, these are just predictions. And trust me, I did not watch this in person. These are all my actual predictions. And up next, we have a picture of where she fell on stage 1. So right there in that transition, just couldn't make it to the second bar. Like I said, it's an 8-foot gap, and height was not going to be her friend there. And it definitely was not. But we say goodbye to Kacy Catanzaro, and thank you for such an amazing career. Up next, Jessie Graff. Now, I was right about the fact that she wasn't going to clear stage 1, but where she failed surprised me. It surprised everyone, and I don't think anyone could have really predicted this. The fact that she was lashaying to the cargo net and completely missed. I said she was going to fall on the domino pipes, but she fell on the cargo net. And honestly, that had me shocked, because I was actually hoping that, she just could have proved me wrong. And that, and also NBC kind of spoiled it. Well, at least that's what I thought at first. They were like, oh, showing that Jessie Graff was clearing stage 1. And then she already made it to the flying squirrel. So I just had the assumption I was already being proved wrong. But I was proved halfway right, so that's where you get the 4.5. Megan Martin, like I said, time was going to be an issue for her. And that's exactly what happened. She cleared the warped wall, and she ran out of time. Like I said, she's just not a really fast competitor, and it really showed. A lot of her time was eaten up by the propeller bar and the fact that she missed the landing platform on Parkour Run. But she still was going pretty slow. She took a minute to regain herself at the warp wall and at parkour run. So, like I said, she's not the type of person that would have cleared stage 1 anyway, in my opinion. I mean, not saying that in a negative way. I'm just saying that I don't think she has the speed capability yet, like the endurance to keep sprinting as fast as you can, or as she can. Up next, Jessie Labreck. So I was wrong about the obstacle that she fell on. I was correct about that she wasn't gonna make it through stage 1. I said she was gonna fall on the jumping spider, but instead she also missed on the cargo net, and she was running short on time, so she had to sell out. But I was only like about halfway right on her. And Alyssa Beard, I was correct about her moving on to stage 2. And it was a good thing to see another woman clear stage 1. So it was a pretty exciting moment. Everyone was going crazy. It was just like last year when Jessie Graff did it, except they over anticipated her run because they kind of spoiled it. So for my next video, I'm just gonna have a list of 21 competitors and my predictions for them for stages 2, 3, and possibly 4.